Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the um, Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling Review Series. This is for the 10th of April, and that is 1982. Of course, we're going to go through the entire run here. We've got what's available on the network up thus far. We open with Keith Larson and Carl Fergie. Interesting that Mid Atlantic tries to, at least it seems, give a decent amount of time to enhancement level talents or talents that aren't exactly seen as guys who you would take terribly seriously. And I think they do that just to give house shows a little more depth. And I think there's a value to that, certainly in almost every way, just in terms of being able to connect in a deeper way with that. Keith Larson, not a guy that I don't even know. I think I've heard the name once or twice before doing this review series, but not a name I knew a whole lot about. And Carl Fergie, more the Tennessee, Alabama territories. So, cousin of the Honky Tonk Man. Only know that because I've listened to enough Honky Tonk Man's shoot interviews to know his family line a little bit. But we open with Eddie Graham and Gordon Soley talking about the tag team tournament, talking about Wahoo McDaniel and Don Morocco being major teams. Also talking about Eddie Graham staying out of the way for the nature of the previous television matches, including his son in the Florida area during the tag team tournament. Bob Caudle out there with Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff. Koloff still holding the Mid-Atlantic Television Championship. Then we go to a enhancement match with, or at least highlights of an enhancement match with Jimmy Valiant and dropping the arm and going pretty aggressively there. And it looks like, and is in fact, that Koloff wants to come in after that match, interferes, but obviously Jimmy Valiant gets a victory there. Larson and Fergie are the next two up. Larson and Fergie, both guys that are not exactly well known. Larson comes out with the better, I guess you'd say, technical acumen, and Fergie coming out with a little bit better, more towards the cheating nature of things. Fergie having a little bit more weight on him, and Larson kind of the thinner of the two. Both guys grapple for jockeying positions, wrist locks, arm bars, and the like. Neither guy necessarily gets a full-on, great advantage. Hammer locks and chin locks and basic stuff. Fergie fights up from under, Larson fights up from underneath on the mat with arm bars and the like. Super basic stuff, nothing necessarily to write home about. Fergie manages to cut Larson off and hits him a couple times. Fergie has been more successful and ends up getting a victory. Sergeant Slaughter again says he'll take on anybody. King Kong Mosca, he says, is coming to town. He's willing to wrestle Morocco. He's willing to wrestle Flair when he comes back to town, or just about anybody else. Sergeant Slaughter, non-discriminatory, your U.S. champion. And then we go to another in the series of matches, a singles match with Jack Briscoe against Bill White. White has been here before in the Mid-Atlantic area, as we are well aware. White is a bit more of a power guy, larger guy. Very basic, punch kick style by White. White tries to get advantages where he can, how he can, and, jumping headbutt, other basic stuff, but also, as you would imagine, super simple wrestling, and eventually the figure four from Briscoe, getting a victory there. The Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions are now Kirshner and Kernoodle. Not Kirshner, but Nelson and Kernoodle. They talk about working out with Sergeant Slaughter having managed them. So the tournament must be for the NWA World Tag Team Champions, although the announcers don't do the best of jobs in portraying that. The Andersons, Gene and Lars, or Gene and Ole, I'm sorry, are out there next. They're kind of mocking the Briscoes a little bit. And then we see continuation of an Ivan Koloff match. Koloff wants Jimmy Valiant. That's where his interest truly lies. Koloff versus Tony Anthony. Koloff taking Anthony down quite a bit. Front face locks and you know other basic maneuvers. Koloff cinching up on his man, and Anthony able to go at it with the Mid Atlantic Television Champion for quite a bit for his experience level, anyway. Shoulder tackles by Koloff. Koloff not wanting to take any backward steps. Hard shots by Koloff. Brawling more so, and then. Blackjack Mulligan Jr., aka the eventual Barry Windham, up with a promo after the drive of the knee into the back by none other than Koloff to win that match. The desire for championship gold, Mid Atlantic World Championship, and everything else by Jack Briscoe is talked about in a local area promo there. Jimmy Valiant basically doesn't say much, but comes out and basically implies that he wants to get it on with Koloff, which they both have made clear. They've been doing business since the end of the previous year. And then, of course, there is more of a show-off with Ray Stevens. Stevens has been doing commentary for a good bit of time. Then we go to another match in the series here. Rob Roberts against Tim Horner is your next match. Horner, side headlock takeovers, real basic maneuvers. Horner trying to get every advantage he can get, stays on the head, works over the arm. Roberts has a little bit of power advantage here, a little bit more height as well. Roberts takes shots at the midsection of Horner. Horner with a roll up and a sunset flip and a victory. Tim Horner being treated very well. Once again, we see a inset promo for local shows without a show really announced, with a very subdued Mike Rotundo. Rotundo talks about not respecting Piper, not liking the way he wrestles, but still respecting that he is the Mid-Atlantic champion and has been. Then we go to Kernodle and Nelson versus Taylor and Kaniski. We haven't seen Kaniski in a while. Kernodle and Nelson take a lot of shots. Taylor takes over the majority of the early parts of the match. Super simple stuff. Kaniski, who we haven't seen in a while, also comes in and hits a double drop kick with Taylor. The champions, the Mid-Atlantic champions, are on the receiving end of a good deal of punishment. Taylor brawls back with them. Obviously, Kernodle and Nelson have been well mentored because they are easily able to carry this match that goes probably about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more than that, which for this time on a syndicated program is a big deal in the 82, 83 era. So that's pretty good there. Taylor taking the majority of the match and taking also the majority of the punishment as the baby faces are selling with the switches between Kernodle and Nelson for quite a while there. Taylor comes back in, hits some back body drops, all sorts of chaos all the way around. The champions do take down Taylor, and we eventually break down into all four guys in the area. Wahoo McDaniel comes out, talks about being glad to be back. Jake Roberts is in a promo situation and also talks about the blasting of Jimmy Valiant with the Ninja's mist in the eyes. Jake Roberts not happy with that. That's happened within the last couple of weeks here, and obviously the I guess underhandedness of that making Roberts super angry and all of that. Gene Anderson says that the Ninja is going to continue to be a thorn in the side of the Mid-Atlantic area, and he's happy with that. He's going to run everybody out, including Jimmy Valiant, and the Ninja is going to be a force to be reckoned with. We will be back with more right after this.